So today I'm going to talk about the bloop. So the bloop was a low frequency sound that was recorded by the NOAA in 2002. This low frequency sound was made by something that they didn't know. Some people speculated that it was just icebergs crashing between each other, or either could be a big animal, like really big. I'm going to show you right here. This is as big as some people think it may be this animal. This is like a normal person, and this could be this animal. This is like a visual representation of how big it could be. So this is a blue whale, like the biggest animal on Earth, and this is a bloop. Twice, maybe 3 times bigger than the blue whale. Or it could neither be any of these things. It could be something else that we still don't know and don't have like any conscience about. So this sound was recorded on the coast of Chile, around right here, and some other people think that it was all over this place, like to the south, like really south. So now this is the craziest thing. This right here was recorded the bloop, and this right here is Point Nemo, the loneliest place on Earth, and right here is Riley or Relay. It's really weird to pronounce it because this guy right here, Lovecraft, was a writer. He died long ago. He wrote horror stories, and one of these places, Riley, was a place where all the gods, all the monsters, all the creatures came from. Especially this creature, Cthulhu, which was like the center of all his stories. So this right here, they're connected between something. This right here and this right here. Some people say this creature could be alive and like swimming around the world, and these two places could be like joined together, you know. These two could be an actual real thing. Because for example, this is Cthulhu, or what people think looks like from the description from the books. It's like a really big creature with wings, tentacles. Again, Cthulhu and Riley. So these two places could be united by something. Maybe this is real, maybe this is real, but we'll never know.
The fact is that the coronavirus comes from China by some people that eat a bat. This can be the truth, but some people start creating some conspirative questions or theories about this. This is a problematic because some people don't like to continue the rules of the country that they lives. Like in Mexico, some of the people start going to the supermarkets or something like that only to leave the home. In the US, Trump said that the coronavirus was created by China or was come from China because they think the people that China create a biological weapon that contaminate the world only to control the countries and be the first country of the world. This is because they start creating the 5G and US the same, but China wants to be the number one. This is a conspiracy theory, but we don't have the truth. In some countries, the rules are very strict. Some countries wasn't going to the street, neither some workers to go to her work. This is because they want to take control of this pandemic to don't pass another level of this problem. This affect the work of some people, so they need to stay at home. The student too, because this is a problematic of all the world. Nobody needs to be in the street, and these problematics are something true, but the people don't want to see the truth of this problematic in her country. This is the case of Mexico. That's why US closed the frontiers from US and Mexico and some other countries, and that's why the flights don't. A lot of people stay at her home for 30 days or more, so you need to. In conclusion of this theory of the biological weapon and Trump, don't create some other conspirative questions of this because the facts are about the bat in China. This can be something ridiculous, but is the fact by some scientists and experts.
Okay, I'm gonna explain the theory of 9/11, which it says and suspects that President Bush ordered the attack to those towers, making it pass like a terrorist attack led by Osama bin Laden. But it also suspects that Osama bin Laden were trained by the USA and also led by them. His team were also militaries from the USA led to being deployed in the Osama bin Laden team. Well, the United States of America also knew where it was Osama bin Laden all the time because there is an interview, I think in 2001 and or 2002, that, well, in the television wasn't like, I don't know, it didn't pass like a day to disappear that interview on the television, but it also is in YouTube. You can search it. And well, in this interview it says Obama bin Laden leaked some plans to attack those towers, which, well, this interview passed before that. Well, also some persons that lived the moment which the planes attacked on the towers says that the explosions times was not coordinated with the shock of the planes. So some people suspect that it were TNT on inside the towers, so it make it explosions from there in the tower, but coordinated with the planes, which it didn't pass, and well, it wasn't coordinated. And well, this theory only has advanced like a rumor, and no longer it was possible to talk more about this subject.
Well, today I'm going to talk about some conspiracy theories of which I investigated three of my greatest interest, which were the theory of Bigfoot, the theory of the monster of Loch Ness, and the theory of the Kraken. And well, I will start with the theory of Bigfoot. Well, it is a legendary primate like creature belonging
to the homing family, commonly seen in the forest at higher altitudes and primarily in the Pacific Northwest region of North America. These are usually seen in swampy areas, and he characterized by an extremely strong and unpleasant odor. The scientific community says that the exciting evidence is not convincing or consistent enough to establish the discovery of Bigfoot or as new species of primate. Well, the witness indicated different characteristics, but the most common description is that of a large bipedal H-like creature, usually from height of 1.83 meters or 2.13 meters. The head is small and point and low. Sometimes there is talk of a ridge at the top of the skull. The eyes are normally described as small and hidden under pronounced forehead. Bigfoot is also known as Squatch or Sasquatch, and those two names are widely used in many scientific stories or accounts. Well, the second theory is the Loch Ness Monster. Well, the Loch Ness Monster is more than a legend in Scotland, as the University of Otago went to stop all speculation and mythology by conducting a rigorous study of more than a year to determine what really happened to Nessie. The tests were based on the extraction of samples at the bottom of the lake, about 2,200 meters deep. Various samples, some 250, were collected, and a press conference was summoned to report the finding to the press at the Loch Ness Center. In Colombia, he would have saved someone who was already being attacked by an animal in the lake. However, many critics have questioned the credibility of this story. And well, the third theory is of the Kraken. It's an ancient tales describe the Kraken as an animal the size of Fulvin's Island, whose real danger to sailors is not the creature itself, but the whirlpool it creates after quickly plunging into the ocean. However, he also describes the destructive potential quickly plunging into the ocean of the great beast. Kraken was always different from sea snakes, also common in Scandinavian tradition. The strength of the myth grew in such a way that the Kraken could still be found in the first scientific studies of the natural world of the 18th century in Europe.